How's it going, guys and girls? Hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back with a new video, and this one is going to be on Naruto Storm 4. More information generally. So as you all know, Dante and I got to go to the Bandai Namco headquarters in London on Tuesday. We actually got hands-on with the new game. It is going to be the last Storm game that will be released. That has been confirmed. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the new features and some of the improvements that I really liked and my general thoughts on the game. Now, before I get into this, I just want to give a quick shout out to SdotStormzHD. As you can see in the background, there's gameplay in the background here from the event. Now, this was actually recorded on the day by SDot, and he was nice enough to let me use this gameplay footage in this video today. So a special shout out to him. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. Please go check it out. He's got some great content. He's very much focuses on Naruto and also Dragon Ball, but he's got some really good videos, and please go check him out and support his channel. So there are a lot of new features in this game. Now obviously it's the first game that is on next gen hardware on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Also, because it is the last game in the series, I'm pretty sure that the developers want to go out with a bit of a bang and want to really improve on a lot of things, and they have succeeded in this. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the new features and what I generally thought of them. The first major new feature in Storm 4 is the ability to switch between support characters. So support characters has always been something that's has been a staple of the franchise, and you can choose to go in as a three-man cell. Before, you weren't able to switch between your characters. You could simply just call them into a match and use them, whether it was in a defensive capacity or to attack the opponent. Now you can actually switch between characters. It's very, very easy to do this. You just use the right thumbstick, flick it right to switch to the right character, flick it left to switch to the left character, and they will jump straight in, and you will have full access to their moves, special jutsus, and so on. As well, with the new support characters, there is obviously a cooldown with this ability so that you can't completely take the piss and overuse it, which I'm sure many people would obviously try to do in the online multiplayer to shake things up and break the flow of a match. Yeah, the ability to switch between characters is really nice, and it does add a huge tactical element to the gameplay, because obviously each character is very different, and that could really change the way in which you play. And obviously it would be a good idea to choose three characters that support each other. Similarly as well, if you're not doing very well with the one character in multiplayer, you can also switch and try out different moves. You can piece together combos as well, so you could start a combo with Naruto, bring in Sasuke, and continue it on effectively. So I really, really like the use of switchable support characters. I think this is a great addition to the new game. Awakening mode is back as well. Again, you can do this at any time by having your chakra bar full and holding down that chakra charge button. But for the first time when you go into awaken mode, previously it used to be just your main character that did that, but now actually when you go into awaken mode, all your support characters will go into awaken mode at the same time, which is just absolutely incredible and just OP and over the top, and it's probably going to make for some really epic gameplay moments. With this also being the first next gen Storm game, there definitely is a massive improvement in terms of visuals. The particle effects were absolutely brilliant in game. Fire, water, everything looked great. They've introduced lots of little tiny elements to the game, little attentions to detail that just really refine and flesh out and make the game just that more amazing, really. Obviously you've always been able to dash and move very quickly, but now actually they've added a blur effect, so you can actually see the physical effect of this on your character, and it just makes the games feel faster, more action packed, quicker paced, and it's just a huge level of fun as well. They've also introduced character damage and costume damage as well. For example, if you were to take fire damage, if somebody does a fire attack on you, in previous games this would just be an animation and it would disappear, very, very quickly. Now actually, if you do inflict or receive fire damage, it actually stays and lasts, and burn damage happens over time. Now there are two ways to get rid of this. You can either, if there's water in the area, say a lake or that kind of thing, you can run into it to get rid of the flames in that way. You can also use ninja dash and jumps to try to put the flames out as well. As well as that sort of damage to characters, there is also costume damage in the form of something called armor break. So as you're fighting against your opponent, when you achieve armor break, basically bits of their armor and clothing become damaged, and they might rip off or they might tear off, and you can actually see the physical effect of the fight on the characters as you play through them. I think there was one bit where we saw somebody playing next to us with Ino, and they were playing against, I think, Sasuke, who's like a sword wielding character, and by the end of the match she actually had a slash right across the top of her clothing, and I thought that was really cool. It is a really nice little addition to the game that just again makes the experience more fun, and it's just really cool little attention to detail there. Now as well, you can also choose between what supers you want to use. So at the beginning of a match, when you're selecting your character, you actually have the option to choose what super that you want to use in game. There are about 4, 5, 6 different selections. I guess it depends on the character, but previously the supers that you could use were very particular to what sort of type of Naruto you were playing, or at what point in the story they were. Now actually you can play all of the jutsus right back effectively, which makes lots of sense, because obviously these characters would have developed and learnt new jutsus, but it doesn't mean they forgot the old ones. So I really like the fact that you can pick and choose what you want to use in game and what you want to see, which is really nice. As well, with the story missions, we got to play 3 story missions in total, and one of the things that we did notice is there are a lot more mini objectives for each story mission. Previously there were 1 or 2, now there's about 4 or 5 different mini objectives that you're given at the beginning, and if you achieve these in game, this unlocks little icons. So it could be like a platinum kunai or a gold kunai, a silver scroll, that kind of thing. At the moment we're not sure exactly what these mean and what these will be used for, whether or not these are just secret achievements that you can unlock by collecting all of them or achieving all of them to get that elusive S rank, or whether or not these kunai and the scrolls can be used as currency in game. Can you use them to buy ninja info cards? Can you use them to buy special jutsus? We didn't get to see too much of that at the event, so that obviously still remains to be seen when we get our hands on the full game, which is released next week on the 5th of February. And finally, one of the nice things that's been reintroduced back to the game is Awaken Mode, special linked ultimate jutsus, and the support drive are back in the game, but they now are actually usable together in one match. So in Revolutions, these were split into 3 separate areas, and at the beginning of the game, you would have to choose whether or not you wanted the ability to become awakened or to use an ultimate jutsu, or whether or not you wanted to focus on support, the support drive and teamwork. Now actually all 3 elements are going to be available within every single match, and that means that you can react to the game and how the match is going, and you can decide what is going to be best for you strategically at that point, rather than having to make that decision early on. So Dante was very happy that these were joined back together, because that was one of his beefs with Storm Revolutions. So that is basically everything new with Storm 4. We really enjoyed playing it. A lot of these new features are great additions to the game. We only got to play it for about 4 hours roughly. We tried to do as much as we could possibly do on the day, but a lot more remains to be seen, and obviously when the game does come out next week, obviously Dante and I will be getting it on release. We've pre-ordered the game along with the season pass, and we'll be bringing lots more to you guys, so we'll probably be doing some kind of let's play or something like that. Alright guys and girls, well that's everything that we know so far about Storm 4 with regards to new features and improvements. I will be bringing out one more video which is going to focus on some of the new characters that we got to play with, and obviously talking about our general impressions of them and what we liked about them. Hope you guys are finding these videos interesting. Hope you guys are having a great week and are looking forward to the weekend. Alright guys and girls, well take care, and as always, happy gaming. Yeah.